So you wrote the book, and then you also started doing the class with Classbert, which
I mean,
I thought
many
was
years later.
awesome, many years later. Yes. And what made you want to do that and decide to do the class?
I kind of randomly agreed to do an embedded online talk.
Mhm.
And I'm always kind of weird about these things because I hate talking about women in tech. It's just not interesting for me to talk about. But then if I talk about something fluffy or something that might be fluffy, then I feel like, well, I don't want people thinking that I'm just talking about fluffy things.
Right. Yes.
So I did the memory maps talk.
Ah, yes.
And I had just so much fun. I mean, what I really did is I flipped through my book and I asked people, what is the hardest part about embedded systems that people don't learn?
Hmm.
And like several people said how cool memory maps are. And I totally agree. I love memory maps. What they can do is just, I mean, it's just very cool.
Yes,
Eh,
I had never played with memory maps before your class. So, that was definitely a lot of learning and eye-opening for me.
I mean, they give you all this information about your code.
Yeah. Yeah. So, interesting. So you basically so you were like, "Well, maybe I should teach a class so that people don't think that I'm just fluffy." But
Well, no,
memory maps wasn't fluffy. So what were you talking about that was fluffy?
I wanted to give the talk that wasn't fluffy. And then
Mhm.
after memory maps came out and people really liked it, I wanted
Ah,
Clasper talked to me at just that time.
got it.
And, they got me on a good day. I
Nice.
did not do this neat enough, apparently.
And so that was something else that your book kind of opened that door for you, yes? Because Classpert only wants to only does classes by people who have written books. Is that correct, I think?
I mean, I know that Clasper is thinking about changing that, but
Mhm.
they haven't yet. So we'll
Okay.
see.
So how are the classes going? You're not doing a class right now. Or was that it? Or are you going to be doing them again in the future? What did you like and not like about the class? It seems like it would be a ton of work, like a ton of work. So, I mean, I was wondering, and I mean, you were charging, like, I think a very legitimate amount of money for it, but still, I was just like, oh man, it still seems like she's putting a lot of hours into this.
So I don't ever want to do things badly.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the best part were the students and their projects and the things they brought. I mean, when the students would talk to each other about what was the best website for doing hex stuff, I mean, that was cool. So the students were definitely the best part. But I'm I'm not very sociable, and it was hard to be on.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to make sure I was doing a good job. When I compile, my compiler tells me I'm an idiot if I'm not doing a good job in its terms. Clients pay me, so I assume they're still happy with me.
Mhm.
But there was always more I could do for the students, and
Mm.
I couldn't really get myself out of that.
Hmm.
On the other hand, I mean, I put a lot of work into those videos. I put a lot
Yeah.
of work into the quizzes, although those do need more work because I don't know how to write quizzes. I didn't know that was hard, but it was really hard.
I have to say I didn't like the quizzes, but that was the only part I didn't like.
The quizzes, okay, so the quizzes, the way they should work is if you already know the material, you can just skip that section.
Yeah.
And if you just learn the material, you can puzzle it out.
Mhm.
But what it turned into was a please read my mind.
Yes,
And that was
yes,
not the right thing. But it's so hard with embedded systems. You can never say always compile with optimizations set to RAM or or you a spy is the fastest way to transmit data. There
yeah,
will always be an exception. It doesn't really matter what you say. And so I had a lot of trouble on the quizzes trying to get definitive statements.
yeah,
And I didn't. And so it ended up with which of these is the best answer. And
yeah.
I also did a lot of, I think, multiple answers for one question. Like
Yeah.
from this list, which of these are the most true?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, how far do you want to go down?
Right. Yeah, yeah,
So I think those all need to be individual questions
yeah.
and better explained and all of that. So
Multiple choice is hard. Like, it would have been easier if they were open-ended, right? Like, for me as a student, but for you as a teacher, of course, then that means that you can't have an automated system of grading, really.
well, I mean, you can still play
Yeah,
bingo that if they have these
yeah.
5
Sure.
words in, you're probably got it pretty
Yeah,
close to right.
yeah.
So ClassPart's thinking about doing a self-paced one, uh,
Oh,
a
interesting.
self-paced cohort
Hmm.
that can just go through when they're ready and watch the videos. And they won't get the final presentation being critiqued, and they won't get as many TAs, or they may not get TAs. We don't know yet. So that's coming up soon too.
Interesting. I think that I would not have done it as well with that setup because I need some external deadlines and motivation, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of everybody in the class doing everything at the same time and learning from other people's questions and answers, and yeah, yeah,
I
that
mean,
was a big part of it for me.
one of the best things was convincing ClassPert that there was not going to be one project.
Oh,
There were going to be an infinite number of projects,
yes.
and everybody got to do it different. And
Yeah.
then you all had to watch each other's, and I'm like, ha ha ha. Now they're learning about other things.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, yeah, that part was really cool.
Yeah.
And I recently finally took a cohort-based class myself, and
Nice.
there is something about having a deadline each week gets you to actually do stuff, not put it off.
It kept me on point, and I mean, that's also what drew me to take the class as opposed to being like, "Oh, I'll just read the book that I've already had for, like, a couple of years and have read, like, parts of here and there," and yeah. It kept me honest. Kept me
Yeah, as a
honest.
book club, it's not bad.
As a book club. Oh, man. No,
So,
it was really good. It was also very enjoyable for me because a lot of my embedded programming that I had done had pretty much been in a vacuum. So it was the first time that I got to work with other people and see how other people approached things in a very detailed kind of way. And so that was also very helpful. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was fun. I loved it.
I'm not gonna say I'd never do it again. I just am not currently in the right brain space to do it.
Well, it seems like you had very little time off between the cohorts too. Like you did 3 in pretty rapid succession. Like maybe there was a month or 2, but that didn't seem like enough downtime. Like,
It wasn't, but
yeah,
ClassPart wants to be able to say they're going to start in May, and I
right.
have to decide if I've had enough of a break. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the 2 back to back, the first 2 were really tiring, and then I took a
Mhm.
little break and did the 3rd.
Cool.
And it's, if I'm doing client work for most of the day and then trying to fit in ClassPart around it,
Yeah.
they're such different things that
Yes.
it's hard to switch.
Yes.
So there's some temptation to like, okay, I'm just going to do class prep for this amount of time.
Mm,
But that means more students, which means more TAs. How do we balance making sure everybody gets a good experience?
yeah.
I mean, they're doing a good job. They're trying to do a good class experience, but it's also, teaching's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of time, and it's always it's always different every time. So it's not like you can just put one thing out there once and then it's done, and like, very different from the book, right? So
Yes,
yeah,
very different.
yeah,
And like I said, it was like a 2-hour long course, every quiz every Saturday morning. It's
yeah.
like they could ask me anything.
Anything.
And
Yeah.
sometimes they did, and I didn't know the answer.
But I mean that, yeah, that's part of it though, and like I appreciate I always appreciate it when people say that they don't know, right?
Yeah.
And they tell you, they're like, "Well, I do know this and I do know that, but I don't know this, specific thing." And yeah, rather than trying to bullshit your way through things. Yeah,
I mean, that can be useful, but not if you're trying to teach somebody something.
yeah. Yeah.